Good morning. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. New trading day, Wednesday, December 16th. So, markets are pretty flat today, and you see in the news there's some expectation about stimulus bill that may be announced later today. People are waiting for this because some people are looking for more checks in the mail, and some people are looking for help with their rent or mortgage eviction or late payments. They also did extend the student loan repayment, I think, for one more month to like end of January. But some people are looking to see whether or not some of those things will make it into the bill. More details on that later. My only comment to this particular Robinhood story is if they're worried about risks over young people, what they should do is, and I said this in prior videos, they need to allow Robinhood users to create retirement accounts, IRAs, Roth IRAs. Yes, trading is dangerous to not just young users. Trading is dangerous to any user. I don't care if you're 25, 45, or 65. Anybody who doesn't understand trading will lose money. But my point is here with Robinhood, I think they will do a better service to their users if they added retirement accounts there. And in Bitcoin news, super important, it broke past the 20,000 mark today. Is this the beginning of another leg up? I do not know, but I've been following it. I have always suggested if you wanted to play in this space, be very careful. This is definitely much riskier than cannabis or tech stocks or anything else. This is even probably riskier than penny stocks. So what I normally tell people is you can set up your account to invest a couple of dollars every month for $5 a month or $10 a month. That's probably the safest way to play this. And for the last piece of news, let's go into here. Refinance demands. Now, obviously, refinancing is a double-edged sword. Yes, you can increase cash flow for today, but depending on how you do it, some people are just resetting the clock on their mortgage back to the full term, which means 30 years. If you had a 15-year loan, and let's say you pay down 3 years and you have 12 years remaining, if you refinance into a 15-year loan again, you're adding more time, which in theory then becomes you can add more interest. Sure, you increase cash flow for this month or the next couple of months or the next 15 years, but if you keep on refinancing, you can see how the total interest can actually be more. Now, for most people, they're doing it because they're reducing the interest rate, so they will eventually save money over the length of the loan. But that's how I feel. You got to do the math. You got to see what people are doing. My understanding is most people are not refinancing and then investing the savings. Why? Because most people can't even afford to invest. So they're doing it to either try to get to like cash flow zero, right, where they can survive and not be negative cash flow, or some people just use the extra savings to buy another whatever. You increase your spending to buy more food or more groceries or more entertainment expense. So that's really the challenge with this. I would love to say I wish everybody was close to being debt free, but we know that's not true. Really, the only person that really pushes a lot of that is Dave Ramsey. He really does push, let's be debt free because everything else is pretty stupid and dumb. And to be honest, you guys, whether you like him or not, you got to think about what he's teaching. Everybody else teaches much more complex things, and he's like, dude, just be debt free. Because if you're debt free, you can pay cash for everything. You can save cash pretty quick and buy a new car. You can save cash for vacation. So instead of financing everything and borrowing money, financing has a cost to it. That's my word of advice for today. Don't knock Dave Ramsey fans or knock this debt-free living. Even the FIRE movement is debt-free, so you think about that. FIRE movement don't care about, right? They don't care who you follow, whether you whatever website you follow. FIRE movement, just be debt-free. Start building your investments. Build investment that pay you some type of money so you can live off of it passively. Okay, so on to today. Let's try to do some trades. So the first thing I'm going to look at is this option that I have for MetLife expires on Friday. Today is Wednesday. As you see, this thing last traded at $4, so I can let it expire. The problem is I'm making $1 a day. So my other choice is, do I roll it out in the future? And here you see I will only make $6, but that means I will roll it out another week and I'm making less than $1 a day. So what that means is, let's do some math. Should I do something like this, where I'm rolling it out 2 weeks, and if you count the calendar days, from here to here, I can make $18 or more than $18. And then you subtract, well, what does that mean? Well, that's more than $1 a day, because if you do the math, right, 7 days is here, 14, 15, 16. So that's a little bit more than $1 a day, even if you factor in the commission cost. So I may try that. So sometimes you have to do some math. You got to make sure the commission costs don't eat up into your profit, or if you let it expire normally, I'm only really capturing $4 if I let this expire. Versus if I roll it out, my goal is to try to make a little bit more money. So let's try that. We'll put in a trade and we'll see what happens. Okay, while we're waiting for that one, let's look at Rocket. Rocket is a cash secure put. You see that is a negative number on ETrade. There is no shares. I don't have 100 shares of this. So I'm backing up with cash. And you can see this. I am already up 76% on this one. This one is next week expiration, so I haven't really made money on that one. So what can I do with this one? So let me show you. You can close this. And that would mean if I close it right now, you see the cost? Here you go. $7 to close, but I made the difference between the $7 and the $31. So I made 76%. Or the other way you can do this is, instead of closing it, let's roll it. Now, you can roll it next week, but in this case, I've been doing something really strange. I've been rolling it to Friday still, but let me move it up. Now, there is some risk to doing this. If this thing drops tomorrow or Friday, I put myself closer to the current market price. Now, is it really worth it? I already made $6 here. I made 20 some odd dollars already. Is it worth it for me to move it up to collect an extra $6? But it needs to stay under here, and you're about $1 away. You see that? Now, normally, if you're just a beginner, I don't recommend you do something like this. You know, you have to be at your computer and you gotta trade and you gotta watch it. And look, I'm only making an extra $4 when you factor in the commission. So it's not a lot of movement, but I'm doing it because I like to squeeze out a few extra dollars a day. I use this model of, in my trading, if I can make $1 a day, $2 a day, and if I do it repeatedly and consistently, I can definitely add a sizable profit at the end of the week, end of the month, and the end of the year. So for me, I think this is going to be worth it. I'm just going to do it on this one. I'll place the trade. We'll see what happened with the other trade that I have with MetLife. I'm going to go back and look at it. And if you go up here, you see that it just triggered my first trade for today. The Rocket did go through. I'm waiting for the other ones to go through. Let's see what else I can do now. Okay, a few minutes later, you see MetLife finally went across. I didn't get the price I wanted. I actually lowered it, I think, to 18 is the net credit, which is okay. That means I'm making $16 or $17 still for the 15 days. So that's part of life. Sometimes you don't get exactly what you want. I lowered it just to get the trade across, so I didn't have to sit here for 5 hours. And then I can end this video. So last thing I'm going to do is let's move all the transactions into our spreadsheet. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Paste that in here. That looks good. I'm going to copy some more. Okay, I never copy anything from today, so I'm only copying the 14 and the 13. And then I'm going to clean up all these adjustment ones that add no value to my life. Okay. And you guys who watch my videos have seen this hundreds of times. I have to now format everything. So let me just, I like doing it like this. I can see everything. Copy, move the dates. I gotta copy the dates in. So let me use the magic of editing, and then I'll fix all of that. Okay, I checked all my puts and my calls. I set everything up. I think everything looks good. So last thing I do, toggle this column, put on here, adjust that. Everything looks good. I haven't done this in a few days, so this is going to be out of date slightly. You see this? I'm going to hit here, hit the refresh, and there you go. Now my last couple of days of data is in here, and I'm still running behind for this month. If you look at this, the total is $2,000. I'm running a little bit behind, and you guys who follow me know what that means. Here you go. I hit the refresh, and there you go. Half the month is over. I think I'm running a little bit behind. And here's the breakout. I'm still waiting. This is my lemonade trade. Everything else is doing okay. The iron condors are doing pretty good. My cover calls are finally moving up. But I'm falling behind based on the averages. So we'll see what happens. I have a little bit more time to make up some distance between now and the end of the year. So with that, as always, I wait for the trades that I did today will not be popped into this tracking spreadsheet until tomorrow. I like to wait one day until all the formatting is uniformed and following a particular standard. So you guys can see what trades I do. I do it live. You see the trades, you see the confirmation. And if you watch my video, when I paste in those confirmations into a spreadsheet, they get all wrapped up in here. I then adjust my data so I can always analyze it. So the other day I was analyzing like this one. You see all my EA trades, and then I created a pivot table based on my EA data, which you see here. Nothing is, like I always tell people, nothing is phony. It will be so much work for me to create these fake hyperlinks and all the monies and all the dates, and then remember, I have videos that backtrack it. You see how I have historical data? I can now create a pivot table and see what my actual earning is for 2012. This is my screenshot from you see this? This is from my broker. So you see there's nothing fake about this. This is a screenshot, but screenshots are useless. You don't have raw data. So this is what raw data is for. I create extra columns so I can pivot based on ticker, my method, the months, and things like that. I track everything. And this is why my pivot tables are so important to me. I can see how much money I'm making per month. I can track whatever trades I want. I can create any YouTube videos or Facebook pages showing my tracking of my trading patterns. I can see what's making me money, what doesn't make money. You can see this is not making money when you have a large bill, or when the broker asks you to come up with a $700,000 and then you don't have that much money. Obviously a trade went bad. I didn't make any money in that quarter. You see this? That quarter was really horrible. But that's life of a trader. Please share this, like, subscribe, comment below. What strategies are you using? How are you doing this year? And as always, my videos are made so that you can see what other traders are doing. I'm one of the few that actually will trade live. I record it, and then you will see that I paste my transaction history and that none of this is fake. And then when I paste my data into the spreadsheet, like I said, I modify these things. And look, I'm at row 5,000. About 4,000 of those were just from 2020. And if you follow this for next year into 2021, you will see that I will probably enter the 8 or 9,000 sell range for next year. So keep following it so you know what I'm doing. You can track my trading patterns. You can see my returns. You can see, you can learn from watching what I'm doing. So please enjoy this video. And as always, let's do this together. Let's do this $1 at a time and have a profitable trading day.